It's now time for the news. My name is Kwesi, Schandorf. Government is fighting back accusations that the Ghana Petroleum Corporation has caused financial loss to the state parliaments. Mines and Energy Committee on Tuesday interrogated GNPC's management over a gas supply deal with Gensa Energy, according to civil society groups in Mani Africa and the African Center for Energy Policy, ASEP. Ghana buys gas for $95.8 million and sells to Gensa for $43.5 million. Deputy Energy Minister Mohamed Amin says that the CSO's claims are, however, misleading.
The agreement between GNPC and Gensa, which is the subject of public interest, I think that it is important we understand it. Some of the headlines you read are not factual, and they do not help. When you have done analysis, so-called independent analysis, you need to put it against the facts. And the only way you can get the facts is to talk to the institutions that are involved. Otherwise, it can be misleading, and people will form an opinion on misleading statements. And this is why I am very happy that Parliament has shown interest in this. Our Parliament is a very responsive Parliament, and the Committee of Parliament, the Mines and Energy Committee, has met with GNPC and the Ministry of Energy, who provided all the answers they want for the questions relating to the allegations that have been made by Imani and ASEP. And we know that they are going to scrutinize this agreement, and the questions we have answered, the answers are going to be put to test, and then in due course, the nation will be informed as to whether what we did is in the interest of our country. Such headlines can be misleading. When you say that Ghana is losing 1.5 billion, I mean, and the analysis doesn't support that, then you are misleading the public. And so it is important you talk to the agency involved so that they will open the books to you. And GNPC is ready. They are available to open the books to whoever has concerns about that agreement. The fact that they are here explaining to Parliament, means that they are not afraid to open the books. Parliament is a representative of the people. And so if we can open the books to Parliament, why not the public?
Minority spokesperson on the Mines and Energy Committee, John Jinapo, says it's too early for government to seek to clear GNPC of any wrongdoing.
We just had a very long session with GNPC. We've asked a lot of questions, interrogations. Some have been answered, some are pending. We've asked for some information that they couldn't provide at the meeting. And so we have directed that GNPC should make all those informations available to us. The financial analysis underpinning the agreement, the analysis in terms of the investment decisions. We are also aware that Ghana Gas is deeply involved, and so we've decided that we ought to summon Ghana Gas to also appear before us. I'm clear in my mind that there are some institutional overlaps, and there are some turf war issues that ought to be addressed with. And so clearly, the committee would interrogate this matter to its logical conclusion. Our duty is to ensure that we get to the bottom of it. Our duty is to ensure that the state is not shortchanged. And I can assure you that we will do everything within our capacity to get to the bottom of this matter and to ensure that the ordinary taxpayer is safeguarded. And so it's too early for the minister to draw such conclusions. We've had serious issues, especially with capacity charges, with payments that we are making when we are not consuming all the pipeline charges. We are well aware that Gensa wanted to construct a 12-inch pipeline, but Ghana Gas decided that they should rather construct a 20-inch pipeline. Why would Ghana Gas do that? What are the underlying assumptions? Where are the gas volumes? We're going to interrogate all that. And so it's work in progress, and we shall continue to deal with this matter.
Meanwhile, chairman of the committee, Samuel Atachan, says they have invited Ghana Gas to appear before the committee next week, after which they will come to a final conclusion.
Well, let me tell you that it's work in progress. It will be too premature for me to come to conclusions. The only thing which is a sore point for me is that I was thinking that before Imani and ASEP will put out into the public domain matters of this consequence. They should have made those matters referable to JNPC. This is what we found. What are your comments? And they will incorporate their side of the story into the report. They didn't do that. So for me, it is too adversarial for comfort. We're just going to bring Ghana Gas into the picture. We've slated them for Monday. After we've done a good and balancing act, I could speak to the issues. But for now, it's a bit exaggerated.
Away from that development, Circuit Court Judge Samuel Bright Aqua is asking the judiciary to take a strong stance against illegal mining, ruling on a bail application for Aisha Juan. Justice Aqua said that the future of the nation is under threat. He indicated that the accused will remain in police custody as investigations continue. Ms. Huang and 3 others are accused of engaging in illegal mining and the sale of minerals without a license. A report by court correspondent Joseph Akable.
There are 2 cases pending against Aisha Huang at the courts, one filed by the Attorney General himself at the High Court and another by police prosecutors at the Circuit Court. The Circuit Court had on September 14 remanded all 4 accused persons to police custody. Lawyers for the accused made another application for bail on Tuesday. Lead counsel Efadate, who had earlier claimed the offences were not serious, continued in that regard.
The media has overhyped this small matter of mining without license and doing mineral sales without license. It's a small matter. It happens every day in Ghana. So I don't see why the media should even write an editorial on this matter.
He told the court not even the president, the attorney general, or any other person can fault the court should it grant bail. He questioned why investigators needed more than a month to investigate a simple matter. Prosecutors, however, stated that investigations have revealed that the accused persons entered the country illegally. This, they argued, was sufficient basis for one to conclude that a grant of bail is not necessary. The judge dismissed the bail request and proceeded to make the following comments.
This is an activity that is destroying our water bodies. Look at how it is destroying our forest. We, the humans, are complaining. The animals in the forest are suffering. It's very sad. If we should allow this to go on, Ghana Water Company Limited says they will soon shut down their machines. We will have to import water to drink. The courts and everyone must take a strong stance. A1 especially, how she entered the country. She can't even tell. If I grant her bail and tomorrow the case is called and she can't be found, what happens? The motion for bail is refused.
The case is back in court on October 12. For JoyNews from the Circuit Court, my name is Joseph Akable.
Now, sachet water vendors and consumers in the Techiman municipality of the Bono East region are complaining about the increase in the product price from 30 to 50 pesos, while the consumers are lamenting the effect of the increment on their finances. The new price, according to the vendors, has affected the sale of the commodity as they are currently experiencing a sharp reduction in their daily sales. Correspondent Anasabet now reports.
A sachet of pure water or mineral water is sold here around 50 Ghana pesos. Well, to the sellers here, they are heavily affected because buyers are not buying from them as they used to. A couple of them have to switch the price lower than the 50 pesos. Some are selling it at 40 pesos, but still they claim it is affecting their businesses.
First, no, 5 cents.
We used to buy a bag of sachet water at 5 Ghana cedis. It is now 9 cedis. And if we sell at 50 pesos, they don't buy. Some of the drivers here are even saying they'll start filling water in gallons because they can't afford to buy a sachet at 50 Ghana pesos. It's affecting our sales in diverse ways because, as you can see, it's a sunny day, but the people are not buying. I went for half a bag of sachet water, and I'm still carrying it. They are not buying as they used to.
No abobo ebia ba 30 pesos, ba 50. Ba 50 onto, no anse watwa fa so say na fam sika mami. No odan nani. Nso no say almost take the wa wo beto no shishi no. Almost 7.
We buy the bag of sachet water at 7 cedis. and one in fridge at 10 Ghana cedis. They are not buying at 50 pesos, and we've been roaming all day with it.
Now the junior 50 pesos.
If we sell it at 2 for 50 pesos, we'll run out loss because we buy one at 7 Ghana cedis. It's affecting us a lot because we used to sell 5 or 6 bags initially, but now we can only sell between 1 and 2 due to the cost.
Because as one obechini sa amonto
eto nsa bibia boy di ntino so a ebi wo ho a ena yeto bi wo so a wan ti so wanya de beto nti wo say ti so bi wo ti so ba 40 pesos bi so a 50 pesos say be ya on beto me anya kakra fi.
Well, we've been speaking with some, consumers here, and they've also been telling us how the increment of the prices is impacting or having a toll on their lives.
No, we can't buy sachet water at 50 Ghana pesos. We beg you, kindly do something about it. I'm even tired of being an MPP faithful. I sometimes consume up to 8 sachets in a day, and that means I'll spend 4 Ghana cedis a day. And how much will I spend on food?
How do be brave to the sense
now that we are heading towards the dry season, we may be consuming about 10 sachets in a day. This is worrying.
They are appealing to government and authorities to intervene to save the situation.
We are appealing to authorities to do something about this, at least if there is increment on other commodities, not water. We beg them to do something about it. We are appealing to government to reduce the electricity tariffs, else we are going through a lot of hardships. So they should do something about the cost of drinking water.
The best rabbi is my light and numbness are 20 and get here. What they are to the Yaman getting Kitibizuno. And about from Zebeya, yes, we are being
From the Techiman lorry station, my name is Anna Sabit reporting for JoyNews.
The Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Dr. Ibrahim Awal, is worried that Ghana is losing revenue due to the absence of large-scale parks for amusement and recreational purposes. Dr. Ibrahim Awal made the statement in a speech read on his behalf by his deputy, Mark Okrakumante, at the climax of the World Tourism Day in Uwa. Correspondent Rafik Salam has more.
World Tourism Day is observed every year on September 27 with the aim of fostering awareness among the international community about the importance of tourism and its social, economic, political, and cultural values. This year's celebration, themed Rethinking Tourism, focuses on how we can accelerate tourism recovery through a collaborative engagement of all stakeholders around a shared vision to build a more sustainable, inclusive, and resilient sector. The official World Tourism Day celebration was held in Bali, Indonesia, to highlight the shift towards tourism as a crucial pillar of development. The national celebration of the event took place in the Upper West region under the auspices of the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Prior to the celebration, tours were organized to some tourist sites such as Nakoromox, Royal Coast Hills Hotel, among others. The celebration was climaxed with a grand debut of chiefs, queen mothers, and major stakeholders in the hospitality industry at the office complex of the Upper House House of Chiefs. As part of the celebration, Ghana has developed a sub-team dubbed Promoting Domestic Tourism for Wealth Creation in Communities to grow the interest of Ghanaians for tourism. Deputy Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Mark Okrakumante, speaking on behalf of the sector minister, Dr. Ibrahim Awal, noted that revenues generated from the tourism sector took a nosedive following the advent of the COVID-19 pandemic. He, however, revealed the situation is getting back to normal.
Ghana is blessed with many natural, historical, and ecological tourist destinations, but it doesn't have enough large-scale amusements and theme parks for recreational purposes. In 2019, the USA generated $22 billion from just amusement parks. Many tourists visit the United States yearly just to see and get a fun experience from these theme parks. Ghana used to receive a higher number of tourists in the pre-pandemic years and is gradually getting back to those highs as the country recovers from the pandemic. These numbers could double or triple if the country had large-scale amusements and theme parks located in various parts of the country. Fortunately, this plan is already underway with the construction of a large-scale water park in Ghana by a private sector group. This water park, when completed, will generate a lot of revenue and create job opportunities in the country, especially for women and youth.
Dr. Ibrahim Awal opined that the country, especially the Upper West region, has sweep of tourist sites which are varied and well developed. What is however lacking is a sustainable program, project, and activities for their continuous development and promotion of domestic and international tourism.
To this end, the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture and its agencies have introduced these initiatives. The Domestic Tourism Campaign dubbed Experience Ghana and Share Ghana, aimed at increasing domestic tourism visits to tourist sites, creating awareness, boosting domestic tourism experience, and reviving the culture of travel amongst Ghanaians and persons in the sub-region to consolidate our gains as reported by the Travel and Tourism Development Index Report 2021.
Upper West Regional Minister Dr. Hafiz bin Sali underscored the importance of the tourism sector, stating that it is critical as it stimulates economic growth. He used the Upper West region to buttress his point.
Tourism in the Upper West region strives and has registered growth over the years. There are an increasing number of decent accommodation and conference facilities and services. Tourist destinations such as Wichao Community Hippo Sanctuary, the Bolu Slave Defense Wall, the Wana Palace, Nakori Ancient Mosque, and other heritage sites continue to attract tourists to the region. Additionally, our beautiful cultural heritage, premised on a relatively peaceful and hospitable environment, and our strategic location as a border region are consistent drawers for both local and international visitors.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam.
Now, some 58 junior high school teachers, in the Ashanti region have benefited from asthma care training by the Pan-African Thoracic Society and the School of Medicine and Dentistry of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. It is aimed at providing basic training for teachers and school health coordinators on identifying children and adolescents with asthma in school. There's more on this report.
World Lung Day, an annual event dedicated to focusing attention on respiratory diseases as a major cause of morbidity and mortality worldwide. The workshop, funded by the Pan-African Thoracic Society, drew teachers from both private and public schools to deliberate on ways to remove stigma and barriers to asthma control and improve care in the school environment. Dr. Sandra Kwatos is program director and Dr. Haruna Mahama is a facilitator.
We chose to interact with the school teachers and the school health coordinators for this event, which is marking World Lung Day, because we realized that from the achieving control of asthma in children in African study, which occurred in 6 other African countries, of which Ghana was part, there's a very big number of children between 12 and 16 years with asthma in the junior high schools who do not have an official diagnosis. They go to school every day, and some of them have symptoms and are present in school. So we felt that we could talk to the school teachers, talk to the school health coordinators, and empower them, give them more information on what childhood asthma is, the symptoms of asthma, how to identify the children with asthma, and even how to be the link between the children and the health system, the health teams that manage them.
Some proposals that we wrote to the Pan-African Thoracic Society, where they have a grant that normally they give every year for the celebration of the World Lung Day. So as part of the proposals, we actually wrote on how to educate teachers and then school health coordinators in our junior secondary schools on how to help in the management of asthma. So how they identify the signs and symptoms. If a child in the school is having asthma, how they go about it, and then also with importance about to the stigma that normally is associated with it, how to deal with the stigma. So we actually sent a proposal, and then we got the grant that actually enabled us to have this program today.
Municipal School Health Coordinator Reverend Emmanuel Ado was optimistic the workshop will help with the management of the cases in the schools.
Benefited a lot, because at first most of our teachers didn't know how to manage the situation. So sometimes it will be a problem for the school. But now, once they've gotten the first-hand experience in it, if such thing happens in any of the children, they can even manage it.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
That's all for the news. For more, log on to www.myjoyonline.com. My name is Kwesi Schandorf. The show continues with Benjamin Akapo and Mapito CBD. Stay.